ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's debate on a very compelling topic: universal basic income, a viable solution for economic inequality or an unsustainable economic policy. My name is Crizal P. Cabalag, and I will be your moderator for today's debate. Today, we have two teams of debaters, each with six members, ready to present their argument on this critical issue. On my right, we have the proposition team arguing that universal basic income, or UBI, is a viable solution for economic inequality. On my left, we have the opposition team arguing that UBI is an unsustainable economic policy. Each team will have the opportunity to present their case, rebut the opposing side's argument, and conclude with their final statements. Then, without further ado, let's begin with the opening statements of the proposition team and opposition team. We will start with the first speaker from the proposition team. You have 2 minutes. Start now.
Ladies and gentlemen, universal basic income is a transformative approach that provides a guaranteed income floor for all citizens, ensuring no one falls below a certain standard of living. This economic security is crucial in reducing poverty and providing a safety net for the most vulnerable members of our society by ensuring that everyone has enough to meet their basic needs, such as food, housing, and healthcare. UBI alleviates the stress and uncertainty associated with financial instability. Numerous studies and pilot programs around the world, including those in Finland and Canada, have shown that UBI can lead to significant improvements in mental and physical health, increased educational attainment, and overall well-being. These benefits uplift individuals and contribute to a more resilient and productive society, which is essential for sustainable economic growth.
Thank you. Now, let's hear from the first speaker of the opposition team. You have 2 minutes. Start now.
Ladies and gentlemen, while the idea of providing economic security through universal basic income is appealing, the economic feasibility of implementing such a policy is highly questionable. A universal basic income program would require an enormous financial outlay. For instance, in the United States, providing $12,000 annually to every adult would cost over $3 trillion each year. This level of expenditure would necessitate massive tax increases, significant cuts to existing social programs, or substantial increases in government debt. Massive tax hikes could stifle economic growth by reducing incentives to work, save, and invest. Furthermore, cutting existing targeted welfare programs to fund universal basic income could leave vulnerable populations without the specialized support they need. Lastly, increasing government debt to fund universal basic income could lead to higher interest rates and reduce public investment in other critical areas such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure, ultimately harming long-term economic stability.
Thank you. Now let's hear from the second speaker of the proposition team. You have 2 minutes.
UBI empower individuals by providing financial freedom to pursue education, training, and entrepreneurial venture. This empowerment leads to increased economic participation and innovation, driving economic growth and development by removing financial barriers to self-improvement and risk-taking in UBI. Encourage individuals to invest in their future and contribute meaningfully to the economy. UBI help address to changes nature of work in the modern economy with automation and artificial intelligence disrupting traditional employment opportunities. UBI provide a financial caution that allows workers to transition between jobs, retrain for new career. On your explore and freelancing without the fears of financial ruin, this possibility to crucial for adapting to the rapidly evolving job marketing.
Thank you. Now, let's hear from the second speaker of the opposition team. You have 2 minutes.
The implementation of UBI could lead to significant inflationary pressures. By providing everyone with a guaranteed income, overall demand for goods and services would increase. However, if this increased demand is not met with a corresponding increase in supply, it could result in higher prices and inflation. This inflation would erode the purchasing power of the UBI, making it less effective in achieving its goal of reducing poverty and inequality. Moreover, businesses might raise prices knowing that consumers have more money to spend. This could create a cycle of rising prices and diminishing real value of the UBI, ultimately undermining its effectiveness. In essence, while UBI aims to provide financial security, it could paradoxically lead to economic instability through inflation.
Thank you. Now, let's hear from the third speaker of the proposition team. You have 2 minutes.
UBI promotes social equity and justice by ensuring that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, has access to a basic level of economic resources. This universal approach helps level the playing field, reducing income inequality and bridging the gap between the rich and the poor. By providing all citizens with a stake in the economy, UBI fosters a sense of share in prosperity, reduce social tension. In society with a significant economic disparities, UBI can act as a powerful tool for social cohesion and stability. It creates an inclusive environment where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, leading to a more harmonious and integrated society. This social stability is essential for sustainable economic development.
Thank you. Now, let's hear from the third speaker of the opposition team. You have 2 minutes. While UBI is intended to provide financial freedom, there is a significant risk that it could reduce the motivation for some individual to seek employment or work additional hours. With a guaranteed income, the incentive to work and contribute to the economy may diminish for many people. This could lead to a decrease in labor force participation, potentially reducing overall productivity and economic output. Moreover, work work provides not just income, but also a sense of purpose, structure, and social interaction. A decline in work participation could lead to negative social outcomes, including increased isolation and mental health issues. Thus, universal basic income or UVI could inadvertently create a culture of dependency where individuals rely on the government for their basic needs rather than striving for self-sufficiency and upward mobility. Thank you. Now let's hear from the fourth speaker of the proposition team. You have 2 minutes.
UBI is an efficient and simple policy to administer compared to the complex web of means-tested welfare programs. Traditional welfare systems often come with high administrative costs, bureaucratic hurdles, and the stigmatization for recipients. UBI, on the other hand, is straightforward. A fixed amount of money is distributed to every citizen regularly with no conditions attached. This simplicity reduces administrative costs and ensures that more resources go directly to those in need. Additionally, by removing the stigma associated with welfare, UBI encourages recipients to use the funds in ways that best suit their needs and circumstances, leading to more effective outcomes. This streamlined approach allows for better resource allocation, and maximizes the impact of social spending.
Thank you. Now let's hear from the fourth speaker of the opposition team. You have 2 minutes.
UBI's universal approach to providing financial assistance can lead to a significant misallocation of resources by giving the same amount of money to everyone, regardless of their financial situation. UBI does not target those who need it the most. In contrast, mint-tested welfare programs are designed to direct resources to individuals, families with the greatest needs. Providing UBI to that entire population, including the wealthy, is an inefficient use of resources. It would be more effective to allocate funds to targeted programs that address specific needs such as housing assistance, healthcare, education, and job training. This targeted intervention can help lift people out of poverty and address the root causes of inequality more effectively than a blanket UBI.
Now let's hear from the fifth speaker of the proposition team. You have 2 minutes.
Critics often argue that UBI is financially sustainable, but there are several viable funding mechanisms to support it. These include progressive taxation, wealth taxes, carbon taxes, and the direction of existing welfare funds. By implementing these measures, governments can generate the necessary revenue to fund UBI without imposing excessive burdens on the economy. Moreover, the economic benefits of UBI such as increased customer spending, higher educational attainment, and improved public health can lead to greater economic growth and increased tax revenues in the long run. These positive feedback loops can help offset the initial cost of implementing UBI, making it a sustainable economic policy that contributes to long-term prosperity.
Now let's hear from the fifth speaker of the opposition team. You have 2 minutes.
Implementing universal basic income would pose significant logistical and administrative challenges. Ensuring that every eligible person receives their payment accurately and efficiently would require a robust and secure system. There would also be challenges related to preventing fraud and abuse within the system. Furthermore, transitioning from the current welfare system to universal basic income would be complex and could face significant political resistance, creating uncertainty and potential disruption. Additionally, UBI does not address the structural issues that contribute to economic inequality such as inadequate access to quality education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. Without addressing these underlying issues, universal basic income is a band-aid solution that fails to create sustainable change. Therefore, we should focus on targeted interventions and policies that address the root cause of inequality and create sustainable economic opportunities for all.
Now let's hear from the sixth speaker of the proposition team. You have 2 minutes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Universal Basic Income or the UBI promotes flexibility and individual freedom, empowering people to make decisions or choices that best suit their personal and family needs. Unlike traditional welfare programs that often comes with stringent eligibility criteria and usage restriction, UBI provides individuals with the freedom to spend their money as they see it would fit. This autonomy encourages personal responsibility and financial independence. So, by offering a financial cushion, UBI enables individuals to take risks that can lead to innovation and entrepreneurship. People can pursue their passions, invest in further educations and trainings, and start new businesses without the constant fear of financial instability. This flexibility can lead to a more dynamic and innovative economy where individuals are free to pursue opportunities that align with their skills and interests, ultimately driving economic growth and societal progress.
Now let's hear from the sixth speaker of the opposition team. You have 2 minutes.
On the other hand, one of the critical concerns with UBI is the potential for inefficiency and waste. Providing a uniform income to every citizen, regardless of their financial situation, means that significant funds will go to individuals who do not necessarily need them. This is a poor allocation of limited resources that could be better spent on target programs that directly address specific social and economic issues. Moreover, without proper oversight and accountability, there is the risk that UBI payment could be misused. While some individuals might invest their UBI in a productive ways, others might spend it on non-essential or even harmful activities. This lack of target assistance means that UBI might fail to effectively address the root causes of poverty and inequalities, leading to an inefficient use of public funds without achieving meaningful improvements in social welfare.
Thank you to all our speakers for their opening statements. We will now move on to the rebuttal phase. Each speaker will have 1 minute to respond to the points raised by the opposing team. We will start with the first speaker from the proposition team. You have 1 minute. Start now.
Ladies and gentlemen, while it is true that UBI requires substantial funding, it is important to recognize that the current welfare system is also extremely costly and complex. Simplifying welfare through UBI can reduce administrative costs and improve efficiency. Moreover, innovative funding mechanisms such as progressive taxation, wealth taxes, and redirecting existing welfare funds can provide the necessary resources without imposing excessive burdens on the economy.
While universal basic incomes aims to reduce poverty, the immense cost of such a program could divert funds from other crucial services such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Targeted welfare programs are more effective at directing resources to those in need, ensuring that limited funds are used where they can have the most significant impact. Given the inefficiencies and complexities of the current welfare system, how do you propose addressing the administrative and bureaucratic costs that universal basic incomes aims to eliminate?
We propose regulating funds from the current welfare system to UBI, which will streamline administration and reduce costs by simplifying the process. We can allocate more resources directly to individual in needs. The concern about inflation is valid, but historical evidence from UBI pilot programs show the moderate UBI payment do not lead to runaway inflation. Additionally, if management correctly with phased implementation and adjustment based on economic conditions, UBI can be introduced in a way that stimulates demand without causing significant and pecuniary pressure.
We propose relocating funds from the current welfare system to UBI, which will streamline the administration and reduces costs. By simplifying the process, we can allocate more resources directly to individuals in need. UBI may provide financial freedom, but it also risks creating a dependency culture where individuals rely on government payments rather than seeking employment or entrepreneurial opportunities. Incentivizing work and providing targeted support for education and job training can more effectively promote economic participation and innovation. So, how would you ensure that the introduction of UBI does not result in significant inflationary pressures?
We propose implementing UBI gradually and monitoring economic indicator closely. Adjustment can be made to the amount of frequency of payment to mitigate any inflationary effects. Far from discouraging work, UBI provides a safety net that allows individuals to pursue more fulfilling and productive employment opportunities. Evidence from the pilot program indicate that recipients open for financial stability provided by UBI to invest education, training, and entrepreneurial activities leading to increased economic participation and innovation. How do you address concern that UBI might create dependency culture and discouraging individuals from seeking employment entrepreneurial opportunities?
To answer your question, we believe that UBI should be complemented with policies that promote economic participation, such as job training programs and incentives for entrepreneurship. By providing a financial safety net, UBI can actually encourage individuals to take calculated risk and pursue meaningful work opportunities. UBI's universal approach fails to address the root causes of inequality such as access to quality education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. Targeted interventions are necessary to address these underlying issues and create a more equitable society. Providing everyone with the same amount of money overlooks the varying needs and circumstances of individuals. How, for questions, how do you address concerns that UBI might discourage work given evidence from pilot programs showing increased economic participation and innovation?
We believe that UBI empowers individuals to pursue meaningful work by providing financial stability. Furthermore, evidence suggests that UBI recipients often use the additional income to invest in education and training, leading to higher skilled and more productive workers. UBI is designed to ensure that everyone receives a basic level of income security. While it may seem inefficient to provide funds to those who don't need it, this universality eliminates the stigma and administrative barriers associated with means-tested programs, ensuring that no one falls through the cracks and that all individuals have the financial stability needed to thrive. So, how do you respond to the argument that UBI's universal approach fails to address the specific needs of different populations and may exacerbate inequality?
We acknowledge the importance of addressing the specific needs of different populations. However, UBI provides a baseline level of financial security for all individuals, which can complement targeted interventions aimed at addressing systematic inequalities in education, healthcare, and employment. While UBI simplifies welfare administration, it sacrifices the announced support that targeted programs provide. The one-size-fits-all approach of UBI does not account for the specific needs of different populations, such as the elderly, disabled, or those with children. A more tailored approach ensures that resources are used effectively and that vulnerable groups receive the appropriate support. How would you ensure that targeted welfare programs effectively reach all individuals in need without administrative barrier or stigma?
By providing a universal income, we eliminate the need for complex eligibility criteria and mistesting. This ensures that all individuals, regardless of their circumstances, have access to financial support without stigma or discrimination. Implementing UBI does pose logistic challenge, but these are not insurmountable. Modern technology and data system can facilitate efficiency and implementing UBI does pose logistic challenge, but these are not insurmountable. Modern technology and data system can facilitate efficiency and accurate distribution of UBI payments. Additionally, a phased rollout starting with the most vulnerable population can help address initial challenge and demonstrate the program efficacy. How do you address concern that UBI's one-size-fits-all approach may not effectively meet the diverse needs of different population?
Propose implementing universal basic income alongside targeted support programs that address the specific needs of vulnerable populations. This combination of universal and targeted approaches ensure that all individuals receive the support they need while maintaining efficiency and simplicity in welfare administration. Even with progressive taxation and wealth taxes, the funding required for universal basic income is massive and unsustainable in the long run. Additionally, high taxes can determine investment and economic growth. It is more prudent to focus on strengthening existing social safety nets and ensuring they are adequately funded and effectively managed. So, how would you address the implementation challenges of transitioning from the current welfare system to universal basic income, particularly considering the potential disruptions to vulnerable populations?
We propose a phased implementation approach, starting with the most vulnerable population and gradually expanding coverage. This allows for adjustments to be made based on the feedbacks and ensures a smooth transitions without causing undue disruptions. While there is always a risk of funds being misused, the benefits of providing financial stability and reducing poverty outweigh these concerns. Moreover, the UBI encourages personal responsibility by allowing individuals to make their own financial decisions. This autonomy can lead to more meaningful and efficient use of resources than highly restrictive welfare programs. How do you ensure that the funding mechanism proposed for UBI do not deter the investments and economic growth?
We propose implementing UBI alongside progressive taxation measures that ensure the burden falls on those most able to contribute. By redistributing wealth and ensuring a fair distribution of resources, we can maintain economic growth while providing a basic level of financial security for all individuals. In conclusion, while the idea of universal basic income is appealing, it is ultimately unsustainable economic policy. The economic feasibility, inflationary pressure, potential disincentives to work, misallocation of resources, risk of dependency, and implementation challenges all point to the conclusion that UBI is not the best solution for addressing economic inequality. Instead, we should focus on target interventions and policies that address the root causes of inequality and create sustainable economic opportunities for all.
Thank you to all our speakers for their compelling arguments and insights. We have heard a wide range of perspectives on whether basic universal income is a viable solution for economic inequality or an unsustainable economic policy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now up to you to consider the arguments presented and form your own opinions on this important issue. We hope this debate has provided valuable insights and sparked thoughtful discussion. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a great day.